Hi guys, so today I will be sharing beef picadillo empanada. For the dough or pastry, we need half a cup of cold water, 1 egg, 1 teaspoon of white vinegar, half a teaspoon of salt, half a cup or 113 grams of cold butter, and 2.5 cups of plain flour. So to begin, combine the flour and the salt, give it a mix. To this, we're going to add the cold butter. Make sure that your butter is cold. This is a secret to a very flaky pastry. So use a pastry blender, or you can use your hands to mix the ingredients together. Just make sure that you don't touch the butter too long so it doesn't get warm. So continue mixing this until the butter is broken down. So it needs to be in small pieces. So to check that, we're going to use our hands to feel if the butter is well distributed. If you can still feel large chunks of butter, then you should use the pastry blender again. At this point, we're going to add the egg. Give it a light beat, and then the white vinegar, and finally the half a cup of cold water. The water should be cold, and then give it a mix using your hand. As you can see here, I'm lightly kneading because you don't want to develop the gluten. So just knead until everything comes together into a ball. So here I'm just pressing until all the flour is combined. Now that it comes together, I'm going to let this rest in the fridge. So I'm going to cover this with cling wrap and let it rest in the fridge for at least 30 minutes. I'm going to show you how big my ingredients are before I cut them into small pieces, so you have idea on how much you're going to need. So I have half a cup of peas and corn in here, but you can only use peas. I happen to have this in my fridge, so I'm using it. So this is about 6 cloves of garlic. I have 2 beef cubes, about a teaspoon of pepper, 1 tablespoon of butter. I've cut the potatoes in small pieces, the capsicum, the carrots, the onion, and 500 grams of beef mince. We also need fish sauce to taste. So this is optional step. So I've melted the butter, and then I'm pre-cooking the potatoes and the carrots because this is quite hard and it takes a while for this to cook. So cook this until they soften up. If you want to pre-season this, you can as well. You can add a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper, but I don't do it here. So cook this until they are soft but not crumbly. So in a pot, this is about 1 tablespoon of oil. Saute the onion. And once the onion starts sweating, you can add the garlic. After about a minute, you can add the capsicum. Once the capsicum is soft, we can add the beef mince. Again, the beef mince is 500 grams. So cook this for about 2 minutes. Now we can add the beef cubes. At first I added 1.5 cubes, but in the end I added the whole 2 beef cubes. So here add the pepper. Pepper is to taste. So with the seasoning, it's up to you. So here, I finally add half of the beef cubes. So let this cook. After about 2 to 3 minutes, we're going to add the potato and carrots. Give it a mix. Now add the peas and corn. Again, if you don't have peas and corn, just use green peas. My peas and corn is frozen. So give this at least 3 minutes to cook. Let it cook for at least 3 minutes. Give this a taste. Then adjust the seasoning. For me, I'm going to add a little bit of pepper and a little bit of fish sauce. But it's up to you how much you need. And once the taste is perfect, cover this and give it at least 2 minutes to fully cook. Transfer into a heat-proof bowl and let it cool down completely. Now we're ready to divide our dough. So I'm just gonna form my dough into a log. Now I'm going to cut and divide the dough 50 grams each, but it's up to you how big you want your empanada to be. Or you can just eyeball this. So here's the dough all cut. We're now ready to assemble the empanada. So I boiled eggs, hard boiled, our filling. So we're going to flatten the dough. If your work surface is sticky, just sprinkle a little bit of flour. I used to cut the dough into perfect circles, but I don't do that anymore. So you don't need to get perfect circle as long as the thickness is equal. So flatten the dough into thin disc. So here you have to work pretty quickly so the dough don't get soft or don't get too warm. So I'd like to do all my dough first. So now add about 2 tablespoons of the filling. And then add 2 slices of egg, thin slices. And then fold the dough in half. Then make sure to seal the edges properly. Then it's a matter of pinching and then folding. So pinch and then fold. Pinch and fold. Pinch and fold. So we're going to do the same process until we finish up with all the dough we have. The filling you will have extra. So again, 2 tablespoons of the filling and then 2 thin slices of egg. Fold in half. Seal the edges. And then pinch and fold to fold the excess dough. And here they are, ready to be fried. So I have an oil here. We're going to deep fry the empanadas. Check the temperature of the oil. Make sure that it's not too hot. And we're going to fry the empanada until it is golden brown. Just like this. Make sure to remove the extra oil. Then continue frying until you finish up with all the empanadas. And this is our finished product. I hope you give this a try. This is really good. The crust or the pastry is so flaky. And just to show you what it looks like inside when you cut the empanadas in half, this is so crispy and flaky, and I can guarantee that you're going to love this. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you do like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you again, and I'll see you next week. Bye!